Welcome to United View. Welcome to another road trip. Finally, a match day. It feels like forever ago that not only our last game, but our last Premier League game against Spurs. I think that international break, I think we didn't, well, from that Atleti game to now, I think it was 18 days or something like that, that we didn't have a game for. Man United versus Leicester. What? I can't help but feel a little bit flat. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people have felt like that. I feel a little bit flat just because, I don't know, it just feels weird with the top four thing. It's like, obviously it's still a chance to get it, a slim chance. We're the least likely, in my opinion, but there are 8-9 games to go. And we just got to do our jobs. We got to try and make a go of it. Ralph was talking in the press conference saying, I think he was asked, is he worried that there's no motivation, basically, because there's nothing to play for? And he was saying that even players that are out of contract in the summer want to impress United again for a new contract, or impress new clubs. But look, at the end of the day, it's not in our hands anymore. And I think that's the thing. We need Arsenal to drop points. We need Spurs to drop points. And yeah, inevitably, I don't think those two teams, even though they've got to play each other, I don't think those two teams will win every single game. But will we? You know, we've got some tough games, and Leicester's another one. Leicester are a weird side because they haven't been great this season. They've been really up and down, pressure on Brendan Rodgers at certain times. Other times they've picked it up. But our record against Leicester in the recent couple of seasons is not great, is it? You know, they spanked us, what was it, 4-2 earlier this season. I don't think we won there last season, or did we? I can't remember. But anyway, what I do know is recently we haven't been great. Oh, they beat us last season during the COVID season. I remember that we played like a whole different team because we were sorting out the Europa League, weren't we? And they came and beat us at Old Trafford with no fans. I remember that 2-1, I think. So look, it's one of them games where we need to keep the pressure on, or some sort of pressure. You know, if we lose today or don't win again and get another draw, I know we've said that after every devastating draw or loss this year, but, you know, kiss goodbye to it if you haven't done it already. Kiss goodbye to any form of top four. You know, if we can do our jobs, get points on the board, and then, you know, Spurs are playing Newcastle on Sunday. You got Arsenal, Palace on Monday. Puts a little bit of pressure on, but, you know, there's big games to come. I think these next 3 games, if you're looking at today, Everton away next week, which is always a tough task. I don't care how poor they are, it's still a tough game, but you're looking at that as you know, one that you should go and win. And then I think it's Norwich. If you can get 9 points out of them, start to see where we are before we go into that tough run of the Liverpool, the Arsenal, Brentford in between, I think. And games like that, and still Chelsea to come. So look, some real tough games. Brighton away, Palace away as well. So look, we got some tough games, but we have to just do our job. Interested to see what Ralph's going to do. I didn't see Ronaldo at the Lowry. That was reported on social media. MEM were reporting that he wasn't at the Lowry. I don't know what's happening with that. If he's got there today, or if he's in the squad, we're not sure. So if he's not, a lot of people were saying, you know, what would you do? Would you give Rashford a go up front? Would you play Bruno in the false 9 and bring Pogba in the 10? Who knows? I mean, me personally, I would probably just play Rashford through the middle if Ronaldo's not there. Cavani's obviously injured again. I'd keep Bruno in the 10. I'd go Pogba and Fred. And then you got Sancho and Elanga on the wings. But I think in terms of having someone on the bench to come on and impact the game, he likes Elanga in that space, so maybe he might not go with all 3, I don't know, but you've got Lingard to come on if we're looking a little bit stretched on the bench if you do that. Maybe you might go Bruno false 9, Rashford on the right, Pogba in the 10, and McTominay and Fred. So there's options there. Good to see that Varane's not injured. You know, I was worried when he come off early or had that foot injury or something he had. I was thinking, here we go again. But good to see him captain France against South Africa, and he should be back. So I'm expecting it to be Maguire and Varane. And after all the stuff that happened with Maguire, you just know, especially at Old Trafford, with how the fans get behind the players inside the ground. Although, you know, Harry Maguire's name's never been read out at Old Trafford, he's been booed. That won't happen. But in terms of some of the nervy moments, people getting onto him, the oohs and the ahs when he makes mistakes, I felt that in the stadium. But I think today will be the opposite. One thing about you know, inside Old Trafford, when the going gets tough for a couple of players, especially in the media. We do protect our own, regardless of what their form's been like, and that's what should happen. So he's going to get an extra ovation. Look, at the end of the day, that's great, but I just want Harry Maguire to play well for Man United. You know, that's all we all want. You know, I think it has become a little bit of an agenda thing where literally every single thing he does is just like, it's always his fault. Everything's his fault. To the point where that spilled over into even England fans, where they just picked up on it and just booed him for no reason. But at the end of the day, that is what it is. Like all the circus around that, all the noise, whatever, man. We got a game against Leicester, his old team. All the people have been talking about it. Brendan Rodgers been talking about it. All that. That's done now, man. He got booed. Everyone's come out in support. It's done. It's in the past. He'll get a big roar and a nice reception at the start of the game. But after that, we need him to do what he does best, and that's, you know, try and. We need out of him what we want out of a top centre half, or out of our captain, which is top performances, steady performances, and leading. And I want him to play well, you know, score goals with his head, and impact the game. Hopefully he does that today. Looking at Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, I think probably Dalot will probably carry on. I think Luke Shaw will probably come back in. I think given a little bit of gone off to international, he's played a couple of games. I think he'll probably come back in. So we just got to do our jobs, man. That's the main thing. We've got to do our jobs. I know a lot of people are negative about, you know, whether we can get top 4 or not. A lot of people saying it's done and dusted. Some people saying maybe we shouldn't even get it. I can see a lot of points. I've said quite a few times maybe it could be the best thing for us. Some people saying, nah, you still want to, you know, you don't want to lose your best players, or you still want to be able to attract players. But I think when you look at where we are at, it's just a whole new rebuild that's needed, a whole blank canvas. You know, some people may say you can still do that even by being in the Champions League, but I don't know, I'm not so sure. Bruno as well, first game after signing a new deal. Actually, after seeing so much, you know, even you guys as well, speaking in the comment section, it's very, very mixed. Very, very mixed. You know, you guys saw the video that I did about Bruno signing. I made my feelings quite clear that I think it's a good thing. But a lot of people are like, it's typical Man United, giving a player a contract, rewarding mediocrity. New manager hasn't come yet. What if he doesn't want him? But, you know, hopefully today he will get a big roar, and I want him to pick up on the back of that new signing and give us, you know, 8 or 9 solid games from now to the end of the season. With him picking up some form, if they can get in some form. They've got big gaps in between games now. Apart from, I think, the Liverpool and Arsenal game, it's a week with each game. There's no other. We're not in the last stages of the FA Cup. We ain't in the Champions League, so we ain't got nothing else to juggle. There's nothing else to play for apart from this. So everybody should be fresh. And the lads that stayed as well, like Jadon Sancho and some of the other players who have stayed and didn't go on international duty, they should be fresh as well. You know. So I kind of am looking forward to it. But listen, Leicester are no mugs, man. We can do this whole thing. You know, when teams are going through certain things, you say, oh, Leicester are trash. Rodgers is this, Rodgers is that. He's not this, he's not that, and you know, he shouldn't be our manager and all that. That's fine. But in these games where we play against them, we haven't been great. So we haven't got any rights to be saying to anyone that they're not this and they're not that. You know, at the end of the day, teams fancy it when they come to Old Trafford. You know, and Leicester, if they turn up and play to the best of their ability, they will give us a good game. They're still a good side. Hopefully they're still not confident and they put in a performance that isn't great for our benefit, and we can capitalise on that. But we still got to do our jobs, man. So yeah, I'm confident of edging it just, but I do feel a little bit flat. I apologise for that. I can't help it. I just feel like hopefully we win. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't want us to lose again, of course, and not win the game. But we have to remember the last Premier League game we did have was a big game against Spurs, against a top 4 rival, and we did win. So to make that count, we need to win again today. And like I said, especially the next 3, we need to be making sure we win the game. So yeah, smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're not new. Make sure you guys keep Owen company on the match view, and then you'll have KG for the match reaction straight after that, and we'll be coming at you with the fan view straight after that as well, guys. Peace, I'm out of it.